The refugee crisis in Europe and the latest one in Afghanistan and the immigration problem in the US-Mexico border poses so many problems, not only political but also humanitarian and cultural problems. Among these are the most basic problems they faced. First problem is not able to assimilate into the host culture. Second, mismatched values and social system from host nations. And the third one is educational problems. And fourth is job problem. And lastly, homelessness. Those are the most prominent and notable problems they faced. The conflict that are generating political humanitarian crisis and cultural problems emerges today, which demands an appropriate scale of response that must deal with utmost diplomacy. If I would be given a full power and authority to deal with these problems, I would probably respond them with the right degree of compassion or competence. The broader agenda is more difficult and requires that we address these problems of international relations and not just public policy. In the context of humanitarian crises such as the refugee crisis in Europe and the latest one in Afghanistan, and the immigration problem in the US-Mexico border posts arises the need to respond to in an effective and coordinated way. This includes specific problems such as we are not able to assimilate into the host culture. Second is mismatched values and social system from the host nation. The third one is educational problem. And the fourth one is the job problems. And lastly is the homelessness. On the problem of assimilation into the host culture, I think we should revisit this idea. Too often, see immigrants as a problem that needs to be administered instead of an opportunity that we should all invest in. It could be a starting point for building bridges. Instead of isolation, we provide the tools for participation. Crucially, we will succeed if we help immigrants combine the links in the ethnic community while building a connection to their new home country around them. Forced assimilation simply does not work. We need to develop and deploy participation platforms that ensure immigration results not in problems but opportunities. Migrants tend to display diverse culture within the host communities such as mismatched values and social systems from the host nation. Notwithstanding the negative impact of migration on host population, the culture of host communities often differs from that of the migrant. Hence, the difficulties in adapting to the language, religion, values, and lifestyle choices of the host community. If given the authority, migrants must be given opportunities to land and meaningful job for their immediate sustenance, overlooking potential barrier that may prevent access to the jobs they desire. Quality education is one of the major problems of refugees because of the educational systems in the host countries. As a solution to that, there are refugees who are professionals such as teachers who due to their refugee status are legally barred from employment. This leads to a surreal situation in which schools for refugees children are short of teachers. This could solve the problems in terms of providing them with quality education. In order to overcome these challenges of the employment, the host country must build a stronger cooperation between public employment services and social partners to facilitate the matching process between refugees' skills and local demand, and ongoing support after initial work displacement to ensure long-term employment. Homelessness and housing instability disproportionately affect relocated immigrants and refugee families. One approach for addressing the housing needs is to improve cross-system collaboration among the various agencies that serve refugee families. Flexible funds, an adaptable form of financial assistance, are used to help families resolve their most urgent barriers to stable housing. Grantees identified flexible funds as vital resource for families to maintain their housing. This client assistance fund can be spent for a variety of purposes: rental assistance, landlord fees, security deposits, utility bills, moving costs, background check fees, license or identification fees, and interpretation assistance fees and transportation. So that would be all, and thank you for your time. For reference, please see the links provided in this video.